All right.
All right. My name is Darius Shanfar. I am Chair of the Finance Committee for the City of Albany Industrial Development Agency. All members of the IDA board are here with the exception of Joe Benner and Chris Betts. Does give us a forum for today, however. Our first order of business as usual is to call for a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes having been previously distributed and accept them as presented. We have a motion. So moved.
Second.
Any changes, additions, deletions? All those in favor? Aye. All right. We have no report from Chief Financial Officer today, so we'll move on to unfinished business, equity residential development, 67 Livingston Ave. We just had a public hearing where no comment was from the public was provided, but the developer gave a brief statement to Andy to go through what we have here today for a presentation.
Thank you, Chair. First, I'd like to note that project representatives are here with us in the room today. That here to answer any questions that staff may not be able to. So we're going to run through our project summary. The project involves the construction of a mixed-use, approximate 58,000 square foot structure that will include 57 units of purpose-built affordable housing, approximately 1,600 square feet of ground floor retail space intended to serve as an art gallery, and 10 additional affordable units on the second floor that will be reserved for Cap Rep Theater to temporarily house their performers. Looking at the estimated real property benefit summary, the revenue gain to the taxing jurisdictions, it's status quo with the project not taking place compared to the projected impact of the pilot payments over the 30 years pilot structure. The net benefit equates to $2.6 million. The property value increase also is a net increase of approximately $4.1 million. You want to step back and note that when we refer to this as a 30-year benefit term, that is referring to the shelter rent portion of this project. The commercial portion, which consists of the 10 residential units in the gallery space, is a separate commercial pilot structure, and we'll dive into that in a little bit. This is an approximate $29.4 million investment. And what we will do next is run through the community benefits. Please remember that since this project does consist of purpose-built affordable housing, this project was analyzed outside of the project evaluation and assistance framework. Therefore, this point scoring system and the totals that are produced are for comparative purposes only. Under the revitalization header target geography, the project receives 1 point for being a high vacancy census tract. The project receives an additional point for being located downtown. And the project also receives a point for being located within a neighborhood plan boundary, that plan being impact downtown. Identified priority, the project consists of downtown residential, so that is a point. It is also the project will take place on what is now current tax exempt or vacant land. Coming down to job creation, the project receives 1 point for the estimated creation of 50 construction jobs. And the project under investment header will receive 3 cumulative points for being approximately $29 million investment. So that's 9 total points. Coming back to our project summary, we would like to note that an field plan economic impact analysis was conducted on behalf of this agency by the Capital District Regional Planning Commission. That process is undertaken every time a project requests real property tax abatements. So that being said, looking at the temporary impact of the construction, the cumulative effect of the direct, indirect, and induced effects equates to an output of approximately $30.7 million during the term of construction. And looking at the permanent operations impact, namely the 2 full-time positions that are estimated to be created, the direct, indirect, and induced effect equates to approximately $200,000 per year. Jumping into the pilot structure. So the 10% shelter rent that was requested for the 57 units of the affordable housing is in line with existing agency policy. However, due to the nature of the use and the tenant of the commercial space, namely the 10 additional affordable units, a pilot structure was requested that is outside the bounds of what the framework had provided for commercial pilot structures. So therefore, we did bring on a third party to analyze both the financial assumptions being made surrounding the project and the reasonableness of the assistance being requested. The executive summary of her findings are part of the materials that are up on our website. The consultant did find that the financial parameters were within reason. So was the financial assistance being requested. We also included as part of the board only materials, the financial analysis of staff, in addition to the full memo on the analysis of the third party to the board via email prior to this meeting. You also have that printed out here with you today. So where we landed with the commercial space is a pilot structure for a duration of 15 years, starting out at a pilot payment of $1.05 per square foot, escalating at 2% a year. The framework did previously provide a minimum pilot payment for commercial projects of 97 cents a square foot, so we are ahead of that. What this structure allowed was really the tenant to operate in place and for it to make financial sense both for the developer and the tenant going forward. One unique aspect about this commercial pilot structure that we did talk through quite extensively with the developer and his team was the need for that pilot structure to potentially continue on past the 15-year term. So in conjunction with agency counsel, the development team and staff, as we work through the closing process, we'll be looking to work into the documents, a process where should a need still exist in year 16, and certain other parameters be met and data submitted, there will be the ability for that commercial pilot to potentially extend an additional 15 years. It would certainly be contingent upon the use and the end user being cap rep at the time. So we'll have that in the documents. So any questions or concerns of detail, we can go into an executive session to discuss that.
Anybody have any questions or comments, or anyone feel need to go into executive session? No, I don't either.
Okay, I did want to point out on the larger memo, page 16, towards the very end. This was a very, I think, complicated analysis. I think it was a project that we haven't seen here, at least recently at the IDA. It took a lot of thought and a lot of work. There is a section in the third party consultants memo about quote unquote where we have been, which kind of outlines the process of the analysis that was done by staff and the third party. And I did want to give an appreciation to the developer and his team for his willingness to work through that with us. We did take an extra couple months to do this analysis. And it did take some time for us to wrap our heads around not only the need, but the appropriateness of it. And so thank you for that. And any further questions, please let us know.
Yeah, I just want to make the point that the 57 apartments, I think, are under LIHTC credit, in means tested apartments, correct? Income tested.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Anybody else, anything? Your information that we are missing here? All right, if not, I would call for a motion for a positive recommendation for approving resolutions to be support before the full board. The motion.
Make a motion.
Second? All right. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
I know.
Aye.
Aye.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you next week.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you too. Since we have no more new business at this point, we'll move on to other business. Agency update?
I just have something, I don't know, did I jump in front of you guys though?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't.
I just wanted to officially congratulate and recognize that the interim has been removed from Ashley's title with Equalize Albany, so well deserved and congratulations, and I think, unless there are any objections, we're gonna start the process of removing the interim in front of her title
Mhm.
here at the IDA, and we'll start that at the governance committee meeting for next time we have one. But congratulations and well deserved.
All right.
That was it.
That's it?
That was it.
I've only heard it like 4 times already.
Ashley.
It's not so bad.
It was, I think
That's all wrong.
it was a Domino bid yesterday and I was like, oh. Yeah.
All right, let's get the focus off you back to the agency.
Thank you.
And the agency update. No agency update? No compliance update?
Just a quick reminder, again, there will be an audit committee meeting tomorrow here at Tony and Lodge Street at 3 p.m. And we do expect to be reaching out to schedule said governance committee meeting for both the IDA and CRC. For some point in December, we'll try to do that as early as possible, knowing that December gets busy real fast, so please stay tuned. We will have the usual housekeeping matters to be taken up there, as well as some additional potential policy updates to discuss.
Great. Well, hearing nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. All right,
I'll second.
all those in favor? Aye. See you tomorrow.